Hello stylist. So today's definitely going to be a longer video because I have some things that have been on my mind for quite some time, and that is the AI usage of Infinity Nikki. Like, it is honestly getting so out of hand, and I'm kind of surprised not that many people are talking about it. Some people are, and I'm really proud of the people who are speaking up about this, and I know that everyone has their own thoughts regarding generative AI, but I think we can all agree that it's just like at the end of the day not good, especially if you're playing a game that revolves around fashion, which in itself is a form of art. It's an art medium, and so it just feels kind of like it's just so distasteful. I think that it's also extremely obvious that AI is very negatively impactful on our environment, so it's just super unethical to be using generative AI. And they also use AI for translations and stuff like that, which all I really have to say on that is they got the money to hire real translators when they literally just put up an ad in Times Square. Like, no, that's unacceptable. What do you mean botanical stroke as in like a medical stroke? Or you got Momo swearing. Some languages were literally unreadable because AI did so bad it like made it a not non-real language. You know, it was illegible. So I saw these two pictures today on their Facebook that I never go on Facebook. I never really look at the official Infinity Nikki pages at the end of the day, but I was looking up some stuff for my videos on Safari and I came across this picture for her birthday live stream and also a picture just kind of promoting the new season that I was like, okay, this is like literally the last straw. Like, I need to talk about this, and we're gonna literally sit down and just kind of nitpick these pictures. And that being said, I need to give a little disclaimer. Given the fact that we're, like I said, going to be literally nitpicking these photos that are, you know, they're pieces of art that I think, you know, they look very heavily assisted with AI if they're not straight up AI. But due to the fact that generative AI literally steals from real artists, these people could very well be victims of that. So this video isn't really to indefinitely say like, oh, this person is 100% using AI, or, you know, this is 100% a human. That's not what we're doing here. I'm simply just going to use my knowledge as an artist myself to look at these photos and also use the knowledge of what I know about AI as well, and how, you know, you get it. Okay, we're just gonna kind of sit down and look at these photos and I'm gonna be like, that's AI, this is where a person added a rake texture brush, like so on and so forth. There was even an instance where I was like, oh my god, a watermark, like yes, a signature, let me zoom in, let me look this person up. All my doubts, like all my worries, like I was just, no. It literally, tell me why it literally wasn't a signature at all. But anyways, we're gonna get into it. You know, sit down, grab your snacks, because like I said, this is gonna be a long one. So before I show you this whole picture, I'm going to zoom in to a random part of it, and I want you to tell me what you think it is, just in your head. Take a guess. And for context, this was on their Facebook to promote the new season. It's Nikki in her new archery outfit. Okay, now this is the image all the way zoomed out. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this, I was a little bit speechless. Mainly just because this art style is unfortunately has been adopted by generative AI, and that really sucks for the real artists who have mastered this art style to create these beautiful colors and intense lighting. I mean, it's a beautiful art style, but something's off about this, okay? Something's off about this. The area that I zoomed in on was her cape, or her scarf, where it connects around her neck and where her necklace is. The next part I want to show you is her bracelet, but before I do that, do you notice how the shadows around her like cape are kind of weird? That's not because it's coming from behind her cape. It's because the AI is confused with the jagged edges and creases of the fabric, that it's like kind of mimicking it onto the skin, because I'm assuming they put a picture of Nikki into the generator and it had a hard time distinguishing the shadows from her skin and the fabric and so forth. This happens a lot, and you'll see this all over this photo. It's on her face, it's on her belly, it's in the fabric, and a lot of times you'll look at it and you'll think, wow, like you'll think it's intentional to add, you know, more texture and, you know, this cool light effect, maybe light coming through the leaves, but unfortunately this happens a lot with AI. But I want to move all the way down to the bottom of this picture, and we're just going to move up. And the first thing I noticed about this bracelet is that it's literally see-through in the middle of it. I also think that it just makes no sense where it connects right here, and there is a lot of bleeding in the actual like shadows and the line art on the skin, which are all textbook AI mistakes. Another one is this like braided, twisted fabric on her belt. If you go look at her outfit, it is definitely not supposed to look like this, and AI will always struggle to create these types of like twisting, spiraling fabrics. It will always struggle. It's like the same with the snake or a drill curl. It just cannot do it, and I think it just really struggles with the dimension of it, and as you can see here, it literally didn't even try. As for the belt itself, I don't really have much to say because there aren't really a lot of details there, but I think that the shirt, like the metal details on the shirt, are completely different than what is actually on the outfit. They're also not symmetrical at all. Like one side is completely different to the other, and like these type of metal details are always supposed to be symmetrical. Also, her necklace is literally like not aligned. Like it's running away off to like the left. Because again, if you go look at her outfit, there's like this pendant that's supposed to be in the middle, but it just isn't there. And it's not even the fact that it's like covered by her cloak, it's the fact that it's completely off-centered, like most of this is. When I first saw this, I thought that it was supposed to be a tree of some kind, and for my own like mental health and peace of mind, we're just gonna move on from whatever this is because I don't know what went wrong with that. And honestly, like I'm just kind of blown away that her hair is brown. Like I don't even know why that, what went so wrong with that. Her hat kind of looks like a hipster beanie as well. Like it doesn't really look like a headscarf thing. It kind of was confused like what to really do with that. A lot of it was confused. There is so many bleeding lines going into shadows all over her. Her skirt has lost all its details and somehow is like see-through in a lot of areas. It's also like reflective somehow. They changed, so like the armband isn't really the same at all. Her bracelet isn't really the same where she's like holding the dragon. Yeah, her hair is brown and curly. I just can't get over the fact that her hair is brown. Like, girl, what? At a first glance, when I looked at this on their Facebook, I literally had two thoughts. My first thought was, this is AI. And then my second thought was, well, no, there's all these like little rake textures and like brush strokes, and like there's like artistic texture here and intention. And then I realized we're in the big 25 and 2026 is right around the corner, and AI is taking some crazy like advances. So I think that it is totally understandable if you look at this and you think, no, like a human did this. And I think very likely, like I said, these have stolen assets from real artists, and what you're looking at is a real person's art style that is stolen. And yeah, like I think that when you look at it and you are able to see that aspect of it, I think that leaves at least a little bit of respect left for the original creators. But unfortunately, AI, like I said, has completely adopted this art style, and I think that all of the points that I made are pretty irrefutable. I don't really want to sit here and like accuse or really like say like, oh, 100% this is AI, but I think that it is 100% assisted with AI, and they very likely could have put in a real person's photo or took a photo of Nikki and then put it into the generator. So like, you know, there's probably steps that were put into it. I think with how similar it is to Nikki's outfit, but how different it is to her outfit, her as a character, the art style of Infinity Nikki in general, it's just really suspicious. And yeah, like do what you will with this information. Honestly, like this isn't really like, I'm not really like even trying to hate on Infold. I just really hope that they change their ways because they 100% can afford real artists. They actually did just barely do like a collab with a real artist, and the art is absolutely amazing. I do have another photo that I want to go over in a part 2 just because this video is getting already really long, but I'm honestly not really sure whether or not that photo is AI or not, and because I'm just not really sure, I don't know how comfortable I feel like kind of dissecting it, just because as an artist myself, being accused of AI is something that I don't think I would ever want to even deal with. I think I would rather have my art stolen and like have it traced over than have someone steal it for AI or be accused of using AI. And I mean that, like, I'm serious about my stuff. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about, I think I need to get some more like information on this photo, but it's her birthday live stream photo for Facebook. So if you guys want, it's also in the game, like in the event section. So if any of you guys are like curious and like maybe want to help a girl out, go look at that photo and just let me know what you think. And I guess that will kind of determine whether or not we talk about it. I do see a lot of really odd things about it that I think are worth noting. But yeah, that's really about it for now. And if you have any thoughts and opinions, feel free to share them, while of course, as always, avoiding any arguments and negativity if possible. I know the subject is really touchy. I really tried to avoid talking about this for a long time because, like I said, being accused of using AI is just, as an artist, something that I would never want to deal with. And they are passing these off as art. I'm going to take their word for it. I trust them. Okay, this is art made by artists, and to see that it's otherwise or being assisted with AI, I really don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the assisted with AI part, but yeah, feel free to, like I said, share your thoughts and opinions, and I will see you guys in the next one. I know this one was definitely a lot longer, and I will try to keep part 2 a lot shorter because I won't have to do like a whole intro again.